Welcome back to the channel, you guys. We're going to be working on that custom made splitter using 2 of our old splitters to make a template for a new one. So for now, this one, as you can see, got torn here. We're going to get all this frayed aluminum off. It's kind of like tin foil. We're going to get all that frayed stuff off. We're going to retape this so we don't lose our position, because once we cut our line, it will fall into 2 pieces. So we're gonna clean this all up. We're gonna tape this all back up. We got rid of this front lip here, had a little rubber piece glued to it, so we got that off. And then we're gonna inlay the other one. We're gonna use a jigsaw on this today. I think that's gonna be our best bet to follow this line, and we will get the template finished today.
Built with soul, not just steel.
All right, so what we're gonna do is just take a scraper here and just kind of scrape all this old stuff off. That way we're not having to worry about it at all. Just get this old piece of tape off. All right, here we go. All right, there's that old tape. Really, we don't even need to worry about this part down here. I just need to make sure that no edges are sticking up. Between the 2 surfaces. What had happened to this splitter, you guys, was this was on my buddy's Audi S6. One of the local shops decided to one of their newbie techs didn't realize you got to turn the air ride off on the S6, so he put it up on the rack to change out the wheels and tires. When he let it down off the rack and backed it out, we only had the splitter on the car for 1 day. And anyway, long story short, put it down. This caught a bolt on the rack as he backed off. You can see it just sheared it. So they were good enough to replace it for us, so I mean, kudos to them for that. But yeah, just kind of a sucky situation all the way around. There it goes. All right. Yeah. Again, we're just trying to get rid of the high-rise points in that section so we can retape it. And I think that's probably good enough. It got a little bowed when it ripped, so there it goes. That's laying a lot more flat now. So we'll tape that up real quick. I'm just going to use some masking tape. Hopefully that'll be strong enough because it's a little thinner. Try to lay it flat. As much as possible. Again, this is just a template, so not really worried about looks at all. Okay. I think that'll be strong enough for that side. We'll flip it. Run this past it one more time. Kind of clean off some of this dirt. so the tape has somewhere to stick to. Straight across like that. There we go. All right. When we're tracing it, we'll have to be aware of this little dip here. We'll have to fix that corner. But okay, you guys, let's it's kind of long. Let's get this rolling a little faster for you. Okay, whenever you're doing anything by hand, it's never going to come out 100% perfect, but that's pretty dang close. We've got our center lines. We'll just tape these together. Like I said, this is just going to be the template. What we're going to do is we're going to add material here. We're going to add material here so it stays this width all the way back. And then what I want to do is, I don't like how round this corner is, so I'm going to take this same design, but this angle here, and I want to bring that angle out so whatever gets clipped off of these two sides. So we're gonna go get a couple tools and a scribe. We'll make those lines, cut those off, and then we'll cut these out. We'll tape this all together, and we'll have the new Jaguar F-Type R front splitter laid out, and then we can order the foam board and all the carbon and epoxy, and we're gonna just do a hand laid carbon. We're not gonna vacuum seal it and do all that. We're just gonna try to do the heat gun trick, get the bubbles out of it and make it as nice as we can. So all we are doing here is we're taking this as the original template where they touch, and then we're gonna just trace out the little bow that needs to be cut off here. Just like that, and we'll do the same thing over here. I'm gonna make sure where it starts is from the bottom. From the very bottom up to, right there, is like that. So we're gonna flip this. This is where that one should touch. That's right. Let me do this real quick. All right, where this one touches, like so. Just make a little mark. Right there. Okay, so this will make sure that our angles are the same. Again, we're gonna cut this like, make sure this touches right there and right there. Looks about right. Right. Okay, right there. Yep. And I'm just using the scribe. Okay, so let's set this down. Let's take a quick measurement real quick. This total bow, let's do millimeters, is the deepest point, 5, 6, about 7 millimeters. 5, 6, 7. Okay, that is the same amount of material. Let's get this cut. We got those cut off. We just did it off camera for now. Get this centered to the best of our abilities. Those 2 center marks are good. All right. So this is going to be our template. You can see I took about 7 millimeters of that bow off, so it's a little bit more sharp on both sides. I'll have to hand sand kind of to feather them in, make sure the width like from here to here is the same on both sides, stuff like that. But I think we can tape these up now, and then I'm going to retape this section too because it's starting to break. But let's grab our tape here. Okay. We're going to tape the bottom side as well, but for now, I want to go ahead and get these corners going. So we want to maintain this straight edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a scrap piece of this here. It already has a straight edge on one side. So we're going to lift this up, place this under. Okay, just like that. We'll grab this, grab our scribe. We're gonna lay this flat across that. Okay. Let's finish this out. There you go. Let's cut this out with the jigsaw and hopefully we have a piece that we need. There you go, guys. Bada boom, bada bing. So in theory, this should automatically fit this side as well. It's a little shy. That could be because this thing is bent over here, so we know our center point is true. So, but we don't know if this is slightly tweaked a little bit, which it could very well be. So that too, that little corner. So we'll just make a new piece for that. And let's take our total distance here to here real quick. We got this is 8 5/8 basically. And this one is currently 8 3/4. So we know that somewhere in here needs to come in somehow. So I'm going to take this tape back off, reposition this, and make sure this measurement is the same as that side. There's a little material I needed to take out right in this corner here, and I needed to reposition this, but you can see straight, basically straight. It's microscopic off, but no more than that side is. So we'll make one more of these, we'll tape those up, and that'll be the template. We got it taped up on both sides. You can see both corners came out super nice. Here and here. Flip it around. Again, we'll probably use some actual duct tape eventually on this to help hold it together. So if we like this design, maybe we'll think about, if it comes out good, think about selling these once we get our design done and figure out where the rods are gonna go and rod length and everything else. We might put these up on the market if you guys like them, but for now, that is gonna be, again, I'll hand sand this. You can see there's, oh, my battery just died. Okay, you can see there's a little bit of a wave here that needs to just be sanded out. Some of it's from the glue, but we'll sand all that and make sure the distances at about every inch are the same on both sides, so everything's proportionate. Let me clean this camera off and let it charge for a minute. All right, here is a rough idea of what it would look like. I may end up trimming it some more. I want to try to keep it under 5 inches at the maximum point. So, I mean, actually this looks really good though from straight down. That blue line kind of takes your eyes away from it, unfortunately. But it looks pretty dang good. So, we may end up leaving it just like this. Because right now, if we leave the factory trim on, we're at 6 inches. Probably at its furthest. Yeah, that's like 6 1/4 there. Yeah, I don't know. I might take another inch off of these. If I cut it back 1 inch to about here, straight across. I know this is good. I think we're only at 4 inches on the side skirts. Yeah, so there's 4 inches roughly there. I think 4 inches at the point here. So we would just need to be worried about this peak here, which is, again, I just have the bumper sitting on the ground. That's 6 inches. But then back here, depending on where they measure from, that's 6 1/4. So I may have to reshape that. So I may end up, we know this distance is great. So I may end up bringing this in 1 to 1.5 inches, and then at this peak, I think it was right here where the factory bumper kind of dips in, it makes it even longer, so we're gonna have to dip this in as well. This part's fine, so I think we'll just have to bring this down 1 1/4 inches, maybe 1.5 inches as well, and this maybe back this off just a hair. But for now, that's the overall design. All right, you guys, so what I ended up doing is I trimmed it down by hand. I traced it out. It's kind of blurry. But the farthest peak now, let me make sure this is still lined up. It's going forward just a hair. Yeah. So it's roughly right at that 5-inch mark. So I had to cut this back. I still left 4 inches on there. I didn't want to go deep like the old cut because I want as much up front as possible. So we just have a little ledge there and there. But it's cut the same. What I did is I cut half of it out and then flipped that other half to that side, traced it, and cut that half out so I knew it would be the same. But that now gets us under the 5 inches. That's 4.5 at that peak. That is technically, if you get right over it, about optical illusion, but it's about 4 3/4 there. So I think that's going to be the winning solution. I want to put wings right here. I got to figure out how to do that. I want to put some directional wings to help guide the air down with the factory side splitters. But you can see it's even all the way around. I think that's going to look fantastic. Say, if people are going to track these things, there are certain, depending on what classification you're racing in, I think 5-inch is the max stick off for a lot of the splitters. I mean, if you're like unlimited, you can do whatever, but I want to try to keep it around that 5-inch or a little less. For now, we have a nice big splitter template for a Jaguar F-Type, at least for the 2014 to 20, when did they change the front end? I think 2018 or something like that. So for now, learning, building, and sharing the ride. This is JP Street and Performance. Until next time.